So today I'm doing a review on Draw the Dark. It's a book by I- Alsa J. Bick. It's about a kid named Christian Cage. He lost his parents when he was younger. A lot of people thinks he's a wee bit weird and psychotic because the way he sleep draws, the way he acts, and the character development is actually very good in this book. It takes a little while for the action to kick in, but after the start and introduction of everything, it gets pretty interesting. In the first couple of chapters, he kind of started dreaming about swastikas in Germany and all that kind of stuff, and he drew swastikas and all that on a barn and got arrested. So he got set on community service to make up for the ways he did, and that's when the real character development starts to go. You start to get to know him, start to get to know his family. Uncle Hank, which is the only family he has left, his mother and father got taken away to the sideways place. And he was always a little obsessed with drawing. And now all he can draw are his mother's eyes and face, thinking that if he sees through those, he might be able to find where they are. Around chapter 4, or 5, that's when he starts drawing on the barn. He was actually sleepwalking, so he didn't even realize what he was doing. And after he was put on community service and repainting the barn and everything, there was a kid named Decker. Yeah, Decker. He came along with his bike. He's kind of like in a gang. He came along with his bike and some paint got on his bike, so now Christian has to go through that as well and repaint his bike. And all the while, Christian starts getting worse, hearing more voices in his head about the sideways place. He keeps drawing in his sleep, these doorways and stuff, and he keeps thinking he's going more insane. And that's when the action really starts, when he gets to know, when the person reading gets to know about his friend Sarah, who was always there for him, but they kind of grew apart. He starts seeing dreams and stuff through another person's eyes, a little kid, and kind of freaks him out at first, but then he finds out it's actually from one of the patients that are in a coma, and that's old enough that went through World War II. Through all of this, nothing too exciting happens till the second half of the book, which is a little hard to get through. But that's when everything starts picking up. They start finding out what the actual dreams are, and they're actually dreams. They're actually things that happen in the past to another person, Mr. Whittick. And it's about the history of Winter, which is the area Christian lives in. And then the huge climax event, there's a party that they're having, a Halloween party, when they think they figured everything out. They went through Mr. Whittick's dreams and found out about a man who actually killed Weddick's father and took his place. So they arrested him, thinking all was well. And then Decker came by the Halloween party and he started threatening Christian and Sarah's parents. And there was a big event that happened when Decker started charging with this motorcycle. Actually smacked Sarah's mom in the face with a pipe. And then while they were chasing, Decker was chasing Christian and Sarah that ran off into the forest because they were scared and trying to get away. And the house is on fire. Christian called the cops after he knocked Decker down and ruined his bike again. I think that was for the third time. And then Christian believes that he can actually open a door to a sideways place, as he calls it, and it might in some way help him and Sarah get rid of Decker, maybe find his mom. So he draws a door in the dirt and then draws the handle. He opens it up and it gets really confusing to think that he actually had powers or something, but when he opens up the door, the sideways place actually is a real thing, and he actually had the ability to get to it. And it was a little bit creepy when he could actually command the monsters that came out of it. It was like physical lightning that came out, but it moved like worms. It's kind of slithering around and stuff. And then it grabbed Decker and took him down into the sideways place. And then the whole ending, there wasn't too much information on the ending, but he kind of just left the idea of going down there out for a while because he didn't want to leave everybody behind. And everything was pretty much finished then. Overall, it was a pretty interesting book. It was a little dark at times, thinking that there was a bunch of killing and drawing like the deaths of people and stuff. He drew the death of his aunt as well, which was kind of scary, but yeah, that's pretty much it for Draw the Dark. I thought it was overall pretty enjoyable.